As the title says, the art of human marketing, it's becoming a real skill, and it really is an art to make sure that we're marketing to the human environment that's around us. It's not business to business or business to client. It's human to human, and so many people are getting this wrong. It's becoming a much more heightened necessity. So let's get stuck in right now to make sure that you've got the art of human marketing done right. All right, so we're going to dive straight into the podcast today, the art of human marketing. First of all, we need to understand the whole premise around people saying that, I'm a B2B company or I'm a B2C company. That doesn't exist. Business to business, business to client. I'm sorry, but that's old school mentality. The fact of the matter is we are dealing human to human. Understanding that everything we do in the health and medical industry is about human marketing. And it's becoming a lot more prevalent for those that understand it and those that are getting it right compared to those that don't understand it and are caught a little bit in the past. So let's just take a little bit of a sidestep here and understand the mentality behind this, because ultimately what we're talking about here is human connection. And what we're seeing more and more of is the fact that human marketing and that human connection is more important in people's decision-making process than ever before. See, in the last 12 months in particular, there's been a lot happening in the world. We don't have to go through all the things like, oh my God, there's a thing called COVID. We know that, right? But there's a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of the left-wing socialism side of things and the woke side. There's a lot of stuff about Black Lives Matter, the stuff with last year with the American elections, and there's all of this unknown. There's, the vaccines, the latest one now. Everyone just second guesses. There's fake news. There's no one trusts this. We're all skeptical, and this is becoming more and more prevalent. Everything that is said or done, people are wanting to question. There's more and more people that just don't believe what they see, what they hear, etc. And in many respects, for good reason. So let's not get into the political side. Let's not get into what's right or wrong. What we have to fundamentally know and understand is that more than ever, when we start to think about how we market, this is about marketing to humans. It's human to human and creating that connection and creating avenues where people resonate with what you say and do. And you must also have that congruency. Otherwise, all you're going to be doing is doing a push-based sell all the time. You're going to be pushing things down. It's always going to be about discounts. It's always about, let's throw out this, one-line text message and try and make $1 million, et cetera, et cetera. It's all push marketing. It's sales. It's dirty. Now, does it work? Yeah, it does. It does get a few little bites and that type of stuff. And there's some validity behind that. But if you want to open up marketing channels that are like turning on the tap and getting constant lead generation, constant flow moving forward, it is all about human marketing 101. It's all about referral relationships, and it's all about having that connection and allowing people to resonate with you and your message of what you and the team are putting out into the wider community. See, as humans, we all have primal instincts, and the primal instincts decide in the brain how we're going to act. And so we have brain chemicals like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, etc. And we're not going to go into the biochemical responses right now, but they're the brain chemicals that ultimately make us act, say, do things, etc. And so we can't deny that. We know from science that this is why we say and do certain things. It's why we respond in certain ways. And so understanding that first and foremost is the precipice of us better understanding human marketing. Because what we know is simply this: people buy on emotion. We justify with logic, but we buy on emotion. We buy from the people that make us feel a particular way, that make us have a warm and fuzzy feeling, the people that make us feel comfortable and safe, the people that we trust. So you can have a thing, a widget. It can be a product or it can be a service. But you've got to be able to attach a meaning to that thing ultimately. It's about the way we use particular words and phrases to evoke emotional responses, to have people feeling, to have people part of this feels right experience in themselves. So much of what is said and done will invoke an emotion. Well, in fact, everything that you say and do will invoke an emotion. Think about everything that's been good in the last, say, week. Things that made you feel good, that are giving you that warm and fuzzy feeling, is all around past experiences, emotions, feelings, etc. And then ultimately you might have felt let down or undervalued, etc. But again, it's bringing up in those experiences past feelings and emotions. So everything is about the emotional side of things. So we really need to start to understand and acknowledge the fact that everything that we say and do is about human marketing, and it really is an art form. It's an art form to be able to better communicate and resonate with what you're saying and doing, to have other people resonate with that, because that's where the decision is coming from. We can't just keep push marketing. We can't just keep push. We can't go back to the, not so long ago, which are still old tactics these days in regards to sales and marketing. This really is all about human marketing 101. And we're seeing this massively in the last 3 months or 4 months. Like I said, the COVID vaccine rollout is just one fantastic example right now. No one believes anything. They all want to have their own opinions. Everyone feels that someone's lying or there's an agenda. And we're not just talking about the skepticism or the tinfoil hat wearers that want to claim we're all getting injected by 5G with Bill Gates and all this, nor are we turning around saying there isn't some type of truth or validity to, the vaccine not being maybe tested as thoroughly as before. And we're not going to get into that. But what we should be doing is scratching that itch as to watching human behavior. And human behavior right now is showing it that, again, we're going back to what we trust, what invokes a particular emotion. And more than ever, people are more emotive about just about every topic and a lot more verbose about how they feel in the last 3 to 6 months than ever before. Now, right or wrong, good or bad, it's irrelevant. The fact is, it's being heightened right now that the art of human marketing is the number one skill set for anyone needing to be able to build or grow a business. And on the health and medical side of things, it's more important than ever before. This is not about offering discounts. This is not about, who can get the best text message to make, 50 people book in. This is about having that connection, being able to inspire and empower, being able to actually understand that everything we say and do is going to invoke an emotion, and we need to be able to leverage that emotion, have congruency, have integrity, and have that authority so that people can justify on logic, but they're going to decide on emotion. And so when we think about that with our own business, what are we saying and doing in our marketing right now? How are we actually getting people to stop and think and feel about what we're saying and doing? Does your marketing collateral that you use now, or the message that you're putting out in a digital platform, maybe it's old flyers or posters, or maybe it's social media, maybe it's the way in which you engage in networking environments. I mean, with a lot of lockdowns, all that type of stuff isn't happening. Maybe it's a Zoom fatigue you're getting in a networking type function, right? Think about all the different ways in which you engage in marketing right now to build your team, to build your business, to have more impact. And think about it. Are we actually getting an emotive response from people, or are we just sort of going with the same old that we always have? See, this is quite testing for us because we've never really had to double down in this area like ever before. We could always just go back to talk to a doctor and get some referrals, put out some social media and get some referrals, put out a bit of a competition and look to upsell. Work on our retention strategies, reactivation text messages to people we haven't seen for 6 months. All these different strategies, they all still work to a certain level, but they've got less power than they have ever before, because we know that the heightened avenue of human marketing in regards to emotional buying and basing their rationale on the logic has heightened, more than ever before. So let's have a think about it right now with our businesses. What are you saying and doing? What is the message that you need to change around to make people feel an emotional connection? How is it that your message right now is inspiring them to follow you, to be led by you, to engage with you? And I think when you actually invest a tiny little bit of time in this, you'll actually change the way you talk, the way you speak, the way you look to create engagement, how you get people to resonate with your message. And it's important that you know this as a business owner or you as the team member. All of your team members need to be singing from the same playbook and working this avenue, because the art of human marketing is more imperative to know now and be across than ever before. And it's only going to get more important. And as it starts to get more important, those that are the ahead of the game right now that actually have that emotional connection and hook to more people are going to resonate, inspire, and empower more people. They're going to have that congruency of intent. And as a net result, they're the ones showing that they understand human-to-human marketing, because that's where we're going as an industry. And when you turn those taps on, you will never be able to have someone else come in and take, the marketplace from under you, be able to take away your slice of the pie, and you'll always be able to grow in the way that the human brain wants to activate and enjoy. And you can't ever go wrong. Have a think about that. I'll talk to you again very soon. Hey guys, thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Profitable Practice Podcast. I would love nothing more than for you to be able to leave a review. I get so much joy out of listening and reading the amazing things that you guys say about this. So please subscribe to our channel, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Let's get some more fantastic information out there so all of us can grow the industry together. Cheers for now.